Please kindly take your time to listen to this interview between Kenneth Ok0pkwo and Seun Okembaloye of Channels TV. And if after listening to this interview, you still think we'll have a better Nigeria soon, then I'm sorry we might be deceiving ourselves. Maybe I'm the one being emotional here, but I just can't hold back than to show some loss of hope in the struggle to liberate Nigeria and Nigerians come 2027. Kenneth Ok0pkwo, I must say, sounds a bit disappointing. If it's a sign of compromise or whatever may have influenced this his latest style, I don't know. But whatever the case is, I want you to take a look at the interview. It's about 4 minutes. Please be patient. Although I didn't get all of it because it's very lengthy, but I will explain the rest on this video. So let's listen to Kenneth Ok0pkwo with Seun, and when he's done, I will just add a little. Let's go.
Give Bola Tinubu his own style, his own strategy, and he's back to Bodilon. What did Bola Tinubu do in 2015? He went to the north, picked a man that he knows that all the Northerners are in support. As at that time, Bola Tinubu wanted to be president because he said it's his lifetime ambition. But he knew that if he, as a Southerner, tries to take out an incumbent Southerner, he will fail because nobody has succeeded from the same section of the president, incumbent, to take out an incumbent president. He went to the north and brought a man that he knew that all the Northerners are supporting. And when he brought him, any combination from the south took out Jonathan, and he bided his own time, and he came in later to become the president. That is strategy. If my own strategy this time around is that I am going to support a Northerner in 2027.
Really?
Yes. And it must be my condition to the Northerners. It must be a Northerner that the whole North will be willing to support.
Like an Atiku.
If the whole North is willing to support an Atiku, why not?
Or a Tambuwal.
If the whole North is willing to support, why not?
Or an El-Rufai.
Good. The person must be qualified, must have experience, and if he has experience in the presidency, it's an added advantage. And when we put up anything from the south, that will push him through. Let me tell you.
But would that be fair? Would that be fair that there was an 8 years of Buhari, a 4 years, if the case is the way you have put it, of Bola Tinubu, and then now the South has not had a share of 8 years in a rotation understanding of Nigeria, politically speaking? Would that be a fair game?
Good. Thank you for this question. And let me use this opportunity to clarify. The term of the president is 4 years, not 8 years. According to Alex Ekweme, what they agreed initially is that this post will be rotated amongst the geopolitical zones for 4-year term. And it will, in 24 years, it will have completed. But when Obasanjo came in, that was why Ekweme contested for 2003 election. That was when he said it. When Obasanjo came in, he took 8 years. But what happened? When Yar'Adua came in, before he finished one term, he died in office. Did the North insist that he must finish his 8 years? The answer is no. You know why? It is one term for the president, and the 8 years is for the incumbent. If the incumbent is doing well, if there is a supervening event that stops an incumbent halfway, the other half is there for every Nigerian to contest. And if it goes to the other side will now spend 4 years. That was what happened between Yar'Adua and Goodluck Jonathan. Yar'Adua spent 4 years. Just take it 4 years. Of course, you know he died before the 3rd year. And then it was a supervening event that did not allow the incumbent to finish the 8 years. What happened? Goodluck Jonathan came. The North said, please, let us finish our 8 years. They said, no, it's a joint ticket. Something has happened. And this is the vice president. Treat it as a joint ticket. Let them divide the position now into half. 4 years for the North, 4 years to the South. And after, it will come back to the North to finish its 8 years. And that was what happened. Even when Jonathan wanted to now continue to do 8 years, the North said no. That will now be injustice. And they fought, and they took it back to the North. And the North finished 8 years. Now it is back to the South. And Tinubu has become incurably bad. And now you want to terminate his incumbency. Anybody telling you that it's injustice, if the North comes in, if the South comes in and whoever wins in a primary election will take it for 4 years. Where is the injustice? It has happened before. So, and anybody telling you to bring a fresh Southerner to compete against Tinubu, a Southerner, is trying to tell you to zone the ticket to Tinubu, and Tinubu will win outrightly.
So that was the interview from Kenneth Okonkwo. I'm sure you heard him. In as much as I'm still trying to understand where he's coming from or where he's actually standing, I just really can't find it. The only thing I can pick is that Kenneth Okonkwo is fully with Atiku Abubakar. He doesn't care about what Nigerians are craving for, and if Peter Obi will be the best man. Kenneth Okonkwo doesn't seem to be interested. He's firmly with Atiku, because at the later part of the video, he made references to Atiku days with Obasanjo was better. If somebody like Atiku can come in to take us back to how it was in the days of Obasanjo, will be better. For goodness sake, Kenneth Okonkwo didn't sound intelligent on this one. Neither did he sound like a lawyer that I thought he is. Atiku, for goodness sake, by the next election will be 80 years old. Kenneth Okonkwo didn't put that into consideration. Nigerians are fighting to have an electoral reform where the people should be able to determine who led them. Against the way Kenneth Okonkwo is saying now, there are people that allocate power. Is it supposed to continue like that? Kenneth Okonkwo, in his analysis, also failed to understand that Atiku Abubakar has contested against anybody that have contested the election, regardless of where you are from. He contested against Yaradua. He contested against Jonathan. He contested against Tinubu. Atiku don't care. If we have a functionary judicial system, the 2023 election that was highly contested in the court, Obi was deliberately placed third, and that was not, it was not an act of coincidence. It was a deliberate plan. If the judiciary have had any reason to trash Tinubu, Atiku would have become the president, thereby succeeding Muhammadu Buhari, a northerner who was there for 8 years. What is his name? Kenneth Okonkwo saying the tenure of a president is 4 years. I don't know where he got that from. Because all we know is 8 years, 8 years, 8 years. First time I'm hearing him saying it is 4 years. Just to give Atiku Abubakar a sway. Well, this is heartbreaking. It's disappointing. Most disappointing on the part of Kenneth Okonkwo, because I used to hold him to a very high esteem. But after seeing this video and connecting to how he started talking down on Obi after the 2023 presidential election, I felt there is something about Kenneth Okonkwo that we don't know yet, and we are most likely to find out very soon. But for now, Nigerians, hold your ground. We need an electoral reform, an INEC reform, where Nigerians should be able to determine who led them, not the northern blocks, not the southern bloc. Nigerians should be able to go to the ballot, cast your vote, a transparent election. At the end of the day, the winner will lead the people. Not all this abadabidi that Kenneth Okonkwo is talking about. I know Atiku Abubakar has a whole lot of dollars, so I won't be surprised if the dollars have started finding their way into people's pockets. Maybe I'm the one being sentimental here because I desire the presidency of Peter Obi, seeing him as the best candidate. If it is the turn of the South, and which is supposed to be 8 years, and the president has failed, and we need a Southerner to complete it, what is wrong with that? Only Kenneth Okonkwo sees something wrong with that, believing that Tinubu will always win. That was on the ground that Nigerians don't have an election. If Nigeria have an election, anything, not even anybody, anything, even if an animal, should beat Tinubu in 2027, because Nigerians have seen what he can offer. But Kenneth Okonkwo doesn't see it that way. He believes it has to go to the north, writing the best man of the race. It's so sad. But I don't know how you see it. Let me see your comments, your thought and opinion at the comment section. See you there.